Welcome to Simply Joy by Kristen. I'm Kristen and I'm so glad you are here. I am so excited about this video. We're going to do a so long 2024 and hello 2025. There's just something about reflecting and wow, was 2024 packed with so much, and I am just sharing the highlights, and I don't even think I even got all of them, but I did my best just to give a snippet of just like the journey of Simply Joy in 2024, and I am just in awe. I am just in awe. There's just no other words for it. So let's get started. Let's start with January. I had a huge change this month, the start of 2024, and that was going from this booth that I was in for 14 months. I absolutely loved it, but the opportunity to expand and go into a larger space opened up, and we took this step. We moved Simply Joy into more of a rectangular space versus an L. And these are the very first photos of the new space. And I absolutely love that we did this. In February, I finished the organization that I started in January. So I took many weeks to transform my creative space, which I call the Haven. We had moved in maybe about 6 months earlier, and I just brought my stuff in, and then life got busy with the summer vacations and, of course, the holiday season. And so I didn't have time to kind of think through how I wanted to set it up. And so that's what I took a lot of time, a lot of brain power to try to figure out what this space would look like. And I absolutely love the results. Now in the booth, here are a couple of my vignettes from February. Oh, I am loving this space so much. Let's start March with a cute little vignette. I created this adventure with a book in honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday. I love how it turned out. This black table is what I created everything on for about 6 to 8 months until I got this work surface. Like, can you believe it? Do you see how small that was? Like, everything I created up to this point was on that little black table. Like, it's unreal. And so this was a game changer. It made all the difference, and I absolutely love it. The end of the month, my husband gifted me, I think for the third year, a birthday scavenger hunt thrift style. So he gives me little pieces of paper and I have to hunt for certain things. And it is such a fun and special gift. I feel so honored and so blessed that he does this for me. So thank you, hon. I love it. I finally got my desk chair. It was the final piece needed. And why was there such a rush to get this work surface and a ring light and a chair? Well, that was so that I could do the podcast interview with Sonnet, which was so much fun. In May, the shop has a spring festival, and it was a great day. A friend, B, came out and supported, so it was so much fun to meet her for the very first time. And then I demoed a hardcover book upcycle, which again, I am loving creating these. And then I did something super crazy. I had my first Facebook Live this month, and here's one of the projects that I created in some of my first lives, but wow. In June, I had the opportunity to be a creator to represent Sonnet's Maker's Box, and it has been so much fun since then to get these every month and to create from Connie's papers and Royce's papers, and I just love then incorporating them into my booth. I need to pause this. Yes, we need to talk. Okay, so we're only 6 months into the year, and I've had so many big changes. Like the booth swap, like, oh my goodness, what a game changer. What a great opportunity to go from an L shape to more of a rectangular space. It has been so much fun developing it, and I have thoughts for this upcoming year, but we'll get to that later. Then I did my very first Facebook Live. Like, how crazy is that? Like, I put myself out there on social media in that capacity, and whew, I mean, you know, it's a big step. I got to be interviewed on a podcast. I got asked to be a part of Sonnet's creators in the Maker Box, and I started to meet people that I had only known online. Like, this was huge. But guess what? Like, I feel like July, which is next, starts to like be this roller coaster, like this absolute roller coaster of what is coming. Like, you thought the first 6 months were crazy? Wait till you see what happens in these next 6 months. So let's get back to it all. I think sometimes we see July as kind of a softer month. It's the summer, you know, you just do a little of this and that. But here I am with probably one of the biggest months of the year. So first off, it was Christmas in July with my side of the family, which means I get to thrift and fun in new places. And it meant we could detour from Colorado to Pennsylvania via Georgia. I know it doesn't make sense, but just roll with it. But that meant I got to meet Heather from Create Your Own Cozy for the very first time. There's just no words. So excited. And then I got to meet Henry. Like, if you watch Heather, you know about Henry. And then I got to go to Haven. Not only did I get to go to Haven, but got to meet these incredible speakers, take their classes. My brain was on overload, and I got to do it with these amazing ladies, Donna, Laura, Sonnet, and Heather. Oh, love them all. And then, this is where you come in. My very first YouTube video happened in July. And I was asked to be a retailer for Connie's Lines and Designs. Can we just take a moment and absorb everything that just happened in July? So now I've been approved by Connie to be one of her retailers. So that means I got to put it into my booth, and I got really creative of where I could put it. But guess what? I have news for the 2025 year about her paper. So hang on, you're going to get that info soon. The month of September was dedicated to preparing for Lynn Villa. And it was so much fun. I absolutely love how each of these vignettes came out. But let me tell you, the fall and Halloween vibes, they were strong this year. I came up with so many creative and fun decor pieces. The roller coaster is picking up speed. We are now in October, and we have went all the way out to Wisconsin, and it was about the people. Oh my goodness, not people, friends, new friends, old friends, and everyone in between. We went thrifting. We went to the Ye Olde Goat. We then had the retreat put on by Sonnet, and I got to meet some of those creative giants you only dream of meeting. And I got to teach and hopefully encourage and inspire joy. It was an unbelievable experience. I am so thankful for it. I mean, I create with Royce's papers and I create with Connie's papers, and I got to meet both of them, and they are just incredible. And after leaving the retreat, went into the fall festival at the shop where I got to demo Connie's papers, because now I represent Connie by selling her papers as a retailer. Like, mind blowing. It's November, and first up, let's change the booth from fall to Christmas. And I think that this is my very favorite Christmas vignette, but it might be one of my very favorite booth refluffs, resets that I've ever done. And if you want to see the video, go check that out. Plus, I got to do a collab video all about Connie's papers. How awesome is that? And I think this is my fourth year of doing Cardinal O'Hara, the craft show, and oh, what a great time. I absolutely love doing this craft show. Here we are, the last month of 2024, and something really special happened this month. I got into a craft show. It's a Christmas market, holiday market that has been on my bucket list for a few years. And so it was so special to be there, and just it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And I hope I have the opportunity to be a part of this holiday market again in the future. But it was one of those experiences that is just, it was so fun. It was so fun. And then, of course, I had to end the year with my very, very last thrift haul, my thrift shopping, because, oh wait, maybe I shouldn't give that away. We're going to be talking about goals soon. So yeah, what a way to wrap up 2024. So long, 2024. You have been a good year to me, and now let's say hello 2025, right? It's kind of surreal. We're in 2025. It's January, and if you're wondering why I am inside doing my intro and outro, it's because the wind was so crazy today. Like, there's no way that I could have recorded outside. It would just you wouldn't have been able to hear me. So here we are, we're in the Haven, and let's just chit chat a little bit about 2025 so far. So first up, goals. I absolutely love having goals, and it's kind of crazy when I look back at 2024, because sometimes you think, did I even do anything? And this was really good for me to reflect and just to kind of celebrate. There's a lot to celebrate from this past year, so it makes me even more excited for the potential of 2025. And so with that said, I have decided not to do yearly goals. I'm going to do them in quarters. And so I feel like that's going to allow more open-endedness to them, because you just don't know what's going to happen, and I want to be ready to pivot. So I am going to focus on January, February, and March first. And so something that I really, really want to work on is being more organized. My motto, and you can borrow it if you want, is that I want to be proactive, not reactive. Because how many times are you going into something and you are just reacting? I am so guilty of it when it comes to my my booth, fluffs, resets, vignettes, craft shows, YouTube videos. And so right now I'm trying to really lay a foundation where I'm going to be more proactive and not reactive. And so I might be a little slower at doing a few things at the beginning of the year, because I really want to lay a solid foundation. So one of the things that I'm doing is a planner. Now, confession, I love planners. I love new supplies. I love school supplies. I love office supplies, and I love planners. However, I really struggle to take a planner from the start of a year to the end of the year. And I knew I needed something. And so I got this wild idea to create my own system. So I'm taking things that I've seen others do, plus things that I have done in the past. and I'm trying to mesh it together into one system. Now, here's the thing. I like perfection, and this is not what it would look like if I had my way. However, I needed to start, and that was more important than perfection. And I think sometimes that holds us back, perfection, and we just have to start. So I'm going to give you a little glimpse of my planner system right here. Okay, so let's talk about it. It is just a very small binder. I think here I have it. It's probably just like a 1/2 inch. Maybe it's an inch, but it's not very big. And I'm only gonna hold 1 month in there at a time. And so I haven't bought the bigger binder yet. I will only do that if I have followed through January. Gotta keep me on my toes. But it's going to hold my month, and you saw the overview that I have an entire month, and I took that from a calendar. I cut it and put it in there. And then I had this weekly calendar that I revamped because I started it and didn't finish it, but I like the idea of having my week. But I am a post-it girl and list, and that's what I used to do all the time. Like as a teacher, if you came to my desk, like I had the desk calendar, but on top of it, I had all the post-its. And so I was like, I needed a place for my post-its, and I wanted a pocket because sometimes you have things that you just need to stick in there. And so I want it all in one place. I also have created a place to put my goals, random ideas, future things, accountability, just all of that thing. So it's hopefully going to be all here in one thing. And I really did want it this small, so that I can take it with me. So yeah, that is one of the things. Okay, I really just need to apologize. You are going to get chatty, Kristen, because next up, I'm going to work on organization. So I want to share something with you. I worked really, really hard last year, and you saw some snippets of how bad it was. Ooh, it was bad. But I laid a foundation in here, and I want to do a deep clean. That is one of my things in January, February, March, is that I have places in the house that I want to remove Simply Joy from living. I have it all over. So there's just areas I want to claim back that are just going to be for living and not for holding supplies. And I want to do better systems in all of them. However, life doesn't always allow you to literally pause and take a month to do that, right? And so I knew that I had to do something drastic because let's just say my craft room, the Haven, held on pretty good until maybe September, October. And then it got really, really bad the last month, like December. Whew, it was bad in here. Like I felt like I couldn't create, like claustrophobic. And so I knew I had to do something. So I took 2.5-ish days this week to triage. So I picked 7 areas. 3 were my top areas, which was the floor, my staging area, and my desk workspace. I knew that if I got those 3 areas and they were the only thing that I got done, that would make next week creating a DIY video, a creative video, much more successful. I just knew it. So those 3 had to get done. And again, I was going for quick thinking, fast sorting. And if you want to know more about the triage, sorting and organizing, we can talk more about that later, because I think I want to do some sort of organization craft room tour later. Sorry. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. So I was doing triage and I got those 3 things done. And I was like, okay, second tier, what are the next areas that will help me be successful in the weeks to come? And that was my paint area, which is behind me. I didn't do the acrylic paint, but I did the DIY and the fusion paint. So that's behind me. So I knew that would be helpful. I knew that getting my paintbrushes cleaned. I don't like cleaning my paintbrushes. I'm sorry. That's just not something I like to do. I really wish that I had a paintbrush fairy. I do. Third was I have a cart right here and I just did the top layer. Like that was important. Those are the tools that I grab all the time. And then the fourth one is I have bins over in a cubicle there that I put finished products and they were plump full. And so it's so nice when I'm creating and after I've staged them to put them in there until they go to the booth. And so those were my 4 second tiered areas. And it is impressive, like so impressive. I didn't take as many before pictures because I didn't think the triage system was going to work as well as it did. So I'm sorry. I wish I would have, because it was so encouraging to know the foundation that I had laid from last year held up, and that I was able to let go with perfection, because I really wanted to organize things in a certain way or do the full deep clean, and I just can't do that yet. I will be doing that in stages, smaller steps. Okay, let's talk booth. There's some fun things that I want to change in my booth. I'm still looking for a piece of furniture, a staging display, but I do have plans for the booth and I'm hoping that can happen in the next few months. And you're gonna see a sneak peek. I got a section on the main level of the shop, the first floor, that I can house Connie's papers. So let me show you that. I know, I have a long ways to go, but it's the start, and the timing couldn't be more perfect because I just got to see the new spring release papers and they are so fun, and now I got to order them and get them in stock. But I'm just so excited on where the booth is going to go this year. Okay, so confession time. My December journal kind of went zoop. And the reason why, I'm going to say the time just happens, holidays, but I was waiting on the film cartridge for that little printer that I got. And when I ordered it, it was the same time I ordered the printer. So you saw me get excited about the printer. And the film, the replacement, was supposed to arrive between December 18th and December 31st. So I was really hoping for the 18th, but I knew that there wasn't a chance. But every day went by. It didn't arrive until, was it January 4th? Yeah, and I, at this speed, was like, I'm ordering another one, because if they take this long, and so yeah, they both arrived on the exact same day. So now that they're here and I was in the middle of everything else, I need to go back and I need to finish it. But yes, you will get an update on that soon. Also, guess what? I have now been on YouTube roughly 6 months, like half a year. I wasn't sure if Simply Joy was going to make it to YouTube. People nudged me, but here I am, and it's kind of exciting and kind of like, wow. Wow, right? Just wow. So thank you all for being a part of this. It just means a lot. It means a lot. Thank you, friend, for hanging out with me. I know this might have been more of a scrapbook video for me than anything, a memory keeping, but I'm really glad that you were here, that you got to sit down with me and flip through the pages of 2024 and talk the future. I feel like if I was to give a couple words for 2024, it would be friends and firsts. Like, there were so many firsts. So that makes me really excited. Like, what's next for 2025? What does it hold for Simply Joy by Kristen? And I think it's gonna be good stuff, and I hope that you'll join me here and take this this journey, this adventure with me. Yeah, so I really encourage you to look back and reflect, and maybe it's not just the last year, maybe it's the last few years, just to see the growth, to celebrate the wins, whether they're small or big. Sometimes you have to look back to see how far you've come. And so with that said, I'm so excited. I will see you next Friday. It's going to be a creative video because it's Sonnet's Maker's Box, and then the following week I have something fun planned for you, so I cannot wait to see you again. Have a good one. I'm back. How hysterical is this that I keep talking? You can't get me to be quiet. But I came on because there was something else I really wanted to share with you. One of the things I'm going to do this year to make creating for me a priority is every Monday after I set up my planner is to do a ATC, an altered trading card, or you can call it an artist trading card. And I'm going to do one every single week. I'm going to use a playing card, and I'm going to just do that to get the creativity started. So I thought it would be fun to share how I made my very first one with you. So enjoy.